What is going on, my YouTube family, and welcome back to yet another episode. It is your boy Napoleon back with another vlog, and today I want to really talk about what we got going on with the GTR. I am not out here currently because it is sweltering hot, and I mean, like, when I say sweltering, I mean like it's 96 degrees outside. 96 degrees. It has not been that hot in like a few years, but yes, global warming is a real thing, and we're going through it right now. So I want to talk about what's going on with the GTR. So the last couple videos, I have been working on getting some of that rust taken care of with the GTR. If you guys do remember, we do have the one strut top. It came out in pretty much one piece, which is really good, but as you can tell, it is a cut piece, and I'm just going to weld around it. So I did pick up a TIG welder, but I don't think that I'm gonna actually go in that route. I think it might be more difficult to actually do a TIG weld than to actually just MIG weld it, because MIG welder I think is the more superior. Well, it's superior when it comes to body work like this, because I think it will penetrate with no problem the metal, and I think it'll fuse it a lot better. But quick updates on what we got going on here. So the GTR is sitting outside as for right now. I do have some paint like going on. So one of the things that I will tell you right off the jump, what you will need is you will need this copper weld by SEM. So I am not sponsored by any means, but this is one of the better products that I could tell you about, that will allow you to actually spray your area in which you are working so that it doesn't flash rust, and then you could actually like weld two pieces of metal together with that underneath. So with that being said, all of my parts are almost done. So I put a couple coats on the parts that I do need. So what I'm in the middle of doing, and I'm sorry for the wind noise, it is kind of windy out, which is a good thing, but as you can tell here, do have most of my parts actually outside, and they are curing one by one. So what I will do is I will have a hard line on most of these parts, and what I will do is actually use I do have what is it called, rust, I forgot what it's called, from Eastwood. You know what, let's just go look at what it is. I forgot what it is, and it escapes my mind right now, so let me just go look here. This is what we got. Hopefully I can grab this with one hand. Oh, almost. All right. Sorry. All right, here we go. Rust Encapsulator Plus. So I have this actual like matte white. I know it might not be the best stuff, but I do have an account with Eastwood. I do buy some of their powder from my powder coating stuff whenever I do have the opportunity. So I do have an account with them. So I do have the rust encapsulator. So the plan is to coat the underside, or at least most of the underside, when it comes to this piece here. So this will go mostly at the top. So I will coat underneath here so it doesn't flash rust underneath. And I will do a hard line for all of the spots that I'm gonna need to weld, so that it comes out really nice. This part here on the outside I will not do until I have the actual welds done, but on the inside I will do. So I'll do all of this, and I'll make a hard line all the way around, just so that like I can actually get that rust encapsulator in there so that it won't rust. Same thing with this spot here. So most of the rust was down underneath, but I will do underneath up here, over here, around where the welds are supposed to be, so that I won't have any issues there. And this piece here is the weird one. So I can't exactly do the underside. I mean, I could do the underside, but I can't do the full top until it's all welded. And then once it's welded, I still need to mask all of this off and then paint all of that. So what I will do is I will do a hard line on the inside and do a hard line on the outside and put the encapsulator right in the center, just to kind of make sure nothing flash welds or welds at all in that spot. So when it comes to the car is all masked off. I know this is a little hood, but it's working for me right now. So all of my welding spots are actually all done, taken care of in here and up here. So all I really need to do is wait for this to actually cure, which I'm gonna actually wait for it to cure at least 24 hours, but it is Friday at this point, 96 degrees outside, and I don't want to weld anything, even though I do have access to the AC. What I might just do sometime next week is I might just pull the car in, pull this car out, and then I can start welding in this area over here, just because it is on the passenger side, which is facing this way. So I can weld in here, put the AC on, and actually have a good nice spot set up so I can weld some parts back in. So one piece at a time, first the top, and then working my way backwards working my way backwards to the outside. So I do have advice not to do it while the car is actually on the ground. I don't know if I'm gonna follow those instructions or not, just because the car is already loaded. When I say loaded, I mean all the weight is already on this pot here. So, and then all over here is still tack welded together. So I think this plate here would not be that big of a deal, but just to take some extra precaution, I will jack the car up from under the underside. I'm going to take the wheel off and I'm gonna just unload the suspension, just so that I can weld and it won't have any problems with geometry. So I have watched other videos on how to do this, not so much how to do it, but I've seen people do this. And they've all used the same method. They cut out the strut top while the car is on the floor and then actually like welded it back together. So, and then they did not have a problem. So when I go to actually like clean up everything underneath, what I will actually do is I will be taking everything out from underneath. This is whenever the car comes inside, and I have both sides done, taken care of, and then I'm ready to just pull everything out of the engine bay for sanding. So that might be towards like maybe a month or so from this time here, which is right around 4th of July-ish, a weekend. And I might just do that. But it is extremely hot outside today. I think I'm good. Danielle and I were out here for a little bit before, trying to get this stuff masked off, painting all those small parts, and painting the car itself, getting it ready for welding for next week. But yes, I think I'm a solid 4 days in, but over time, since I do work with Danielle's, you know, like doctor's appointments and all that, is probably been about 2 weeks so far. So yeah, it's not really that bad. You guys that like to DIY and that, you know, are novices at welding like I am, could probably do this in your garage like I'm gonna do. You just have to trust in your abilities. If you don't trust in your abilities, please leave it to a professional. I am one of those people that I can try, and if I fail, then I take it somewhere where they're more professionally inclined. But as for right now, I feel like I can do it without having an issue, so I'm gonna try my hardest. So if you have any questions and you want to ask any questions on this video or this process, just know that you can do it in your garage. So far, I am doing a decent-ish kind of job. And then you can follow me on the rest of this. This series, I'm probably gonna put towards the end of everything else that I'm gonna be doing. So like I have work on the Evo 5 that I've been doing. More work is actually coming to that car because I have a couple parts that I want to put on. the Evo 8. I have some stuff I want to do with the Evo 10, and I have stuff that I want to do with Danielle's Mercedes. So all in all, I do have a busy summer, even though I feel like the summer is already halfway over. But yes, if you like this video or have any questions about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, where I get my parts, anything like that, please comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you have on your mind. I am just a schlub, you know what I mean? You know, a tech that has not really done any body work, and I'm just trying to figure it all out. So if you have any pointers at all, please leave them in the comment section down below. But until we get to our next part, yeah, like continue to watch, and hopefully it's something that you guys enjoy watching. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, deuces.